That does not include what Biden said just last week when he told his wealthy donor friends that all MAGA Republicans are semi-fascist who hate democracy, and that fascism underpins the entire MAGA ideology, which, of course, is completely false. So what is this really all about? Let me give you the behind the scenes. Let me explain this to you. This is about a Democratic Party that has gone hardcore, radical climate alarmist cult. They have no agenda for the midterms. They can't run on the economy. They can't run on the price of gasoline. They can't run on law and order and safety and security. They can't run on the border. They can't run on education. So basically, they've got three options. They'll go with abortion and try and scare Americans into thinking it is illegal. It is not. They'll go on January 6th, and they'll play the race card, which they do every election year anyway, and they're lying about all three issues. So the Democrats can run, but they can't hide from what is their failed record, and in November they will be held, hopefully, accountable. Here with reaction, former senior counselor to President Trump, Kellyanne Conway, outnumbered co-host Kayleigh McEnany. Kayleigh, we start with you tonight. I don't really see anything else they can run on. So, okay, Mr. Unity in front of Independence Hall, who's calling MAGA conservatives fascists, is now going to try to say what we're all going to sing Kumbaya? Is that what's going to happen?
I don't think he's going to go that route, because the DNC chair was on the Sunday shows this weekend, and he was asked about this semi-fascist comment he made. And the DNC chair said, oh, Biden was just being consistent. So it seems instead he's doubling down on a consistent message of hatred. But what is crazy to me is that it's not just his campaign. You'd expect this from the DNC chair. But the White House press secretary stood at the podium yesterday, was asked about that comment, and said, oh, he called them what they are. He called them semi-fascists. Historians would agree with us. And today, looking down at her notebook, she read some line about the ultra-MAGA agenda, something that if you're delivering a line like that, you want to look up at the camera and not read it from a scripted notebook. But it seems not just the campaign is going to double down on this, so too is the White House, which is infuriating.
Well, they tried this in the Commonwealth of Virginia, Kellyanne Conway. You've been around politics as long as I have, and we've been through many a race together, and it didn't work too well for Terry McAuliffe, did it?
It backfired, and it really struck people as out of touch and the wrong tone when they were so concerned about what was going on in the schools. These school board meetings, the parents were very concerned about screen time and school time, and you had McAuliffe really taking a page out of the McAuliffe-Clinton playbook and just attacking the voters. Look, if you want to engage voters, you don't enrage voters by insulting them. That's rule number one in politics. But, Sean, you know, you and I were on your show 15, 20 years ago when they were saying year after year, right-wing Christians, right-wing evangelicals. It was always a pejorative. And Joe Biden goes out there and he says, ultra-MAGA, and people start making hats and T-shirts and having ultra-MAGA boat parades are probably next. He doesn't realize Make America Great Again is what MAGA stands for. And boy, did people really miss it. People are saying life was so much better not that long ago. How do we get back there? And Sean, I want to say this. Folks, this is a pattern. Barack Obama, 14 years ago, people are clinging to their guns, their God, their religion. Hillary Clinton, the deplorables, and even worse, irredeemable. Andrew Cuomo, well, he was still governor, saying if you're pro-life, you shouldn't be in New York. Kathy Hochul, his successor, just as bad a governor, really. She said this weekend, if you're a Republican, you don't belong in New York, go to Florida. Why are you castigating and denigrating our fellow men, our fellow brothers and sisters? And I just want your viewers to know, folks, they think they're better than you. It's very simple. It's everything you said about climate and abortion. It's everything Kayleigh said, of course. But it's also, they actually look down upon you. They don't think that you're like them. They don't want their kids to go to school with yours. They don't want you to live in their neighborhoods. They don't want you to work in their industries. They think they're better than you. And in the end, Sean, they don't realize that their obsession with getting one man with Donald Trump means they've never taken 1 second to get to know the 74 million Trump voters. They don't know a thing about them.
You know, it's amazing, Kayleigh. I'll give you the last word on this. You know, all the instances we have played on this program, you know, Maxine Waters, you get in their faces and you chase them into stores and on and on and on. I think an awful lot about blowing up the White House, Madonna. Nothing happened to Madonna. Or all the other examples that we have played over and over again. I've never once heard Joe Biden ever speak out against the rhetoric in his own party. Why is that?
He never will, because he simply does not care. This isn't about unifying the country. It's about an agenda for him, which is curious because if he put forward unifying words, he might gain a point or two, and I'm being generous there. I would also just add to Kellyanne's great list there that you had Stacey Abrams saying Georgia was the worst state in the country, and Charlie Crist, who says he's on the battlefield of love, and if you have hate in your heart, he doesn't want your vote, half the state of Florida. Best of luck, guys, in winning those states.
I think that's a good point. All right, Kayleigh, thank you. Kellyanne, thank you. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.